Hi everyone, guess who's back? Another month end, and guess who's back? 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 Alrighty. Um, Welcome everyone. Welcome. My name is Waveney, and I am a leadership mindset coach. It is so great to be back on another live stream. So, like I mentioned, I'm a leadership mindset. I just had a brain freeze just right, just now. Leadership mindset coach. Now, if you've been following me for a while, if you've been following me, if you've been viewing my live streams this year, one of the things that I committed to was to be on, I was trying something new, right? Um, I committed to being on live stream at least once a month for about a week. Let's call it 4 days, because the last time I did the live stream, the last few times I did it for 4 days, Monday to Thursday. And so this is one of the things that I committed to uh, because I think it's important that I share with you that instead of reading my content, you see my face, you hear me speak outside of my pre-recorded information. I think it's important that I come on the live stream and I share with you, right? So that has been that's one of my commitments, but I'm going to sort of change the strategy a little bit moving forward. But this is my monthly live stream chat, so welcome. And so usually when I am on these live streams, I share with you about the People's Brand, what it's about. I share with you stories. I share with you, I give what I would like to call little trainings, things that you can take away. Because you may not be working with me inside my coaching programs, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't walk away with an experience, that you shouldn't walk away with gaining something, right? One of my philosophies is that to always add value. Always add value. It has worked for me in my personal and professional life, and this is something that I encourage people to do. Add value everywhere you go. Or like someone says, leave people with a sense of increase, right? And so this is what I hope to do on these live streams. And so this evening, or I should say, let's first start with the week. This week, I thought that it would be great to share with you my offerings. So, how you can work with me inside of the People's Brand, right? Because since I started the People's Brand, I've grown, and I usually like to open the very first live stream of the month by introducing myself and really sharing with you how the People's Brand came to be. But so today I want to share with you that it has been, when I was preparing my notes, it's been actually I've been 18 years as a leader. I've been in this industry as a leader for 18 years, not at the People's Brand, but as a leader in my regular life, in my 9 to 5. And I've been 18 years in HR. When I was preparing my notes, I was like, wow, that's a long time. And the reason why I wanted to share this with you, because I want you to know that I understand, right? I haven't always been in HR. I've been, there were some times in my career that I was not in HR, but other times, for the majority, I've been in HR. So 18 years as a leader, 18 years as HR. I just want you to know that I understand what you're going through. If you are a new manager, if you are an old manager, if you've been in management for a long time, I know what you're going through. I understand. And so I've been 20 years in hospitality. Hospitality is my jam. Actually, at this time, currently, I am still in hospitality. And so I've been in hospitality for 20 years and I love it, right? It's been good to me and I love it. Hard work, but I love it. And so if you're in hospitality, give me a shout out. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be a leader. If you're in HR, I know what it's like to be in HR. If you've dealt with HR, I know what it's like, right? And I've been in hospitality 20 years. And so I started the People's Brand back in 2018. If you see me looking down, I am looking at my notes and I am live simultaneously. So I'm on Facebook, which is this way. If you see me looking at this way, for those of you, this is my Instagram. I'm looking at you this way, right? And so People's Brand started it in June. I went live. My first, I shouldn't say live, my first post was June 1st, 2018. And I remember being so scared. I remember being scared of putting myself out there. And it's kind of like when you're in management, right? When you become a new manager, you are scared to put yourself out there. You've accepted the role, you've accepted the position, but you're kind of scared to put yourself out there because you don't know what you don't know. And it has been quite a journey. And so in June this year, and June is what? This month, right? This week, June, this week is, I think it's Thursday is the 1st of June, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to make 6 years that I am here at the People's Brand and I'm doing what I love. And when I first started the People's Brand, I started with my signature program. It was called Jumpstart Your Career, and I started the People's Brand. If you've heard my story before, not gonna ever get tired of saying it, but if you're new here, started the People's Brand by teaching interview prep classes, and I would have these classes every Saturday. I remember getting someone to do my flyer, putting it out there. I remember friends of mine telling me I was charging too little, Waveney. You're charging too little for everything. But I just wanted to make it affordable. I just wanted to help people and to succeed at interviews, right? Because at the time, the hotel for which I was working, we were in the pre-opening stage, and I was seeing people coming in and they were horrible at interviews. Not all of them, but there were quite a few who were horrible at interviews, and I wanted to help them, right? Because as I tell people, everybody is not like me. I am a unique individual, right? I have the ability, I see the potential in people, and I want to give people an opportunity, right? But everybody is not like me. You might go in for an interview and you don't get the job, and you don't know why you didn't get the job, and it could be something very simple. And so I wanted to help people, and that was where the People's Brand was born, because that was the avenue that I saw at the time that I could excel and I could succeed. But then I decided to pivot. I decided to pivot because I wanted to help more people, and I wanted to do more than just interview prep. So I look back, and it was August 2020 when I decided to pivot to start focusing on helping new managers. And the reason why I chose new managers, and really I help all managers, because the content that I deliver, it can help you. If you've been in management for a while, it will be able to help you. But the reason I started focusing on new managers was really because I remember being like having that first management role and not having a clue. And being in HR and, managing people and, promoting people, and sometimes, people who are newly promoted, they don't have the resource, or they might come to HR if they've spoken to me, or friends of mine, and there are things that they're afraid of, there are things that they don't know, they open up. And I wanted to be that sounding board, I wanted to be that resource, I wanted to be that coach for new managers, because I've been there, I'm in HR, I know how to help them to be successful, because I too am successful, right? And so I know what I've been uh, fortunate enough to been in rooms and spaces and have the opportunity where I know and I could see what is the success formula for being in management. And it's really crucial that at that stage where you are a new manager, it's really important that you get the foundation right. It's important that you get the foundation right, because then when you've learned all those bad habits or and that sort of thing, it's very hard to unlearn, right? And so it's important. I wanted to work with new managers to help them to get it right. Get it right the first time, because once you have that foundation, I think that you're going to be fine. Once you have that foundation, you can go into any space, it can help you. Once I got that foundation, once I realized what that success formula was, I was okay. I was okay. And I didn't get that success formula. Now I'm here talking about it. I didn't get that success formula from being so much in HR. I got the success formula when I was an executive assistant. And I had the privilege of working with a wonderful, wonderful general manager who really showed me a critical part of being a leader, a critical part of being successful. Okay, there were others in my life that contributed. Last month I spoke about my HR manager Fernando, but this particular GM that I worked for, he is the reason why I share when I talk about building work relationships. He was the one who really helped me to see that. And so I pivoted in August of 2020. And so between 2020 and today, between 2020 and current, I have up-leveled, I have grown, hence the name of my topic today, Embracing Change for Success. If you want to be successful, you have got to embrace change. And change is scary because we don't know, right? We are humans and we're comfortable. Being comfortable is safe for us, and that's understandable. But we really need to, I know people talk about it like step outside your comfort zone and all that, but it's really important that we understand that when we are comfortable, we are not learning and growing. And it's important for us to really get that in our minds, so that when the opportunity comes, when we have the encounter, when we have that challenge, to do that thing that seems hard, that we take that leap. We have to take the leap, because we're not gonna grow, and it's not gonna happen if we don't embrace change, because change is uncomfortable. And I share my story this opening with you because I've had to change, right? I've had to change along the way. I've had to learn, because yes, I wanted to start a business. Yes, I wanted to use my knowledge of human resources to help people, although I didn't want to serve human resources professionals. I mean, I guess that would have been the easy way, right? I could have been a coach for HR professionals, only I didn't want that. I wanted to serve new managers, people who are new in management, or who people really who are going through transitions, right? And so I have had to learn lots of things, stepping outside my comfort zone, like being on live stream. Never would I thought that I would be on live stream like this, sharing my story. I remember the first time that I had to go on live, I was so scared. I was scared out of my mind. And I didn't have the setup that I did then that would allow me to go live simultaneously. I didn't have that setup. So what I did is I would go live on Instagram on my phone and then go live on Facebook on my computer, and it was just, you know, I was sharing the message twice. But when you have a vision, when you have a passion, when you want to put something out there in the world, when you want to make a difference, you're going to find a way. And I want this my story to encourage you. I want it to encourage you, whether it is you're starting a business or whether it is you are someone who is new in management or someone who wants to get into management and you are afraid. You have to take that leap of faith. I promise you, it will yield rewards and it will benefit you, because I am not any different than you, right? I'm probably just more brave, but being brave is not something that comes naturally for me. I have to work at it. I have to work at it. I have to psych myself up. I have to, prepare myself. And so it's the same thing when you're in a leadership role, because you have different responsibilities. You may have to make presentations, and I'm sure you saw me at the beginning of this live stream. Like, I made a mistake, I fumbled, right? I repeated myself, and sometimes I do that, but I'm willing to make mistakes to get better, right? I'm willing to make mistakes to get better. And so you should be willing to make mistakes to get, it's the only way you will get better, right? And so one of the things that I actually have discovered on my way to on this journey and up leveling, and from when I started in 2018 to now, pivoting, one of the things that I realized, and even in my own professional life, like I mentioned, right now I am still working my 9 to 5. I am a director at my 9 to 5 job. So being a director is a whole different kettle of fish, right? It's leadership, it's senior leadership, and it comes with its own learnings, right? It comes with its own learnings. The learnings never go away. And so, but one of the things that I have discovered and I realized on this journey that is really important, and that I have decided to focus on so that I can help you, is mindset. So now in my bio, I've added leadership mindset coach to my bio. Leadership mindset coach, because what I realize is mindset is important. It is possible for you to become a manager. It is possible for you to get into management. It is possible, right? But it is impossible for you to become a leader if you don't change, and if you don't change your mind. So let me repeat that. It is possible for you to get into management, right? Some people get into management because they've been working at a place for 20 years, and they, just by virtue of them being there for this length, by their service, their loyalty, they are afforded that opportunity. I wonder if just sidebar, I'm gonna get money, right? Palm of my hand is itching me. So by virtue of them being there the longest, having some longevity, they're given that opportunity. You can be a manager, anybody could be a manager, but it's impossible for you to really lead if you don't have a mindset that is open to change. Okay? And I think that is one of the things that differentiates managers from leaders. And on my platform, I refer to everybody as a leader. Like, my thing is, I am developing people to be leaders. My thing is, I am helping you to, I am your leadership mindset coach, right? Leaders, not managers, leaders. Managers manage things, people, processes, but it takes someone with a vision, someone with certain characteristics to really lead. Leadership is about influence, right? And so embracing change for success, if you want to be successful, it first starts with change. You have to change. You must change. I don't think that we speak about change enough. Which is one of the reasons I started out with this. We don't talk about change enough, and change is scary. But I have the resources to help you, and that's one of the reasons why I focused on mindset, because the difference between you succeeding and failing is your mindset. The difference between you succeeding and failing is your mindset. Oftentimes we hold ourselves back because oftentimes we hold ourselves back because of everything that is going on in between here, and it can really mess us up. And when we are leading people, it's important that we are aware of who we are. It's important that we change. And so change includes a lot of mindset work. It means working on yourself and really ridding yourself of those thoughts, those beliefs, those actions, or those habits that hold you back. And what I've discovered is that many times our thoughts, our beliefs seem like the truth. Beliefs almost always masquerade as the truth, especially those that limit us. Anything that tells us that we can't be, do, or have. That's a limiting belief. If you're looking at me right now and you're not in management or you're not a leader, and you're saying to yourself, I wish I could, but the company for which I work, they wouldn't select me. That's a limiting belief, right? Because that's not true. That's not really true, right? There's more to that. There's more to that. That's just your reality, right? Beliefs show up in ways that hinder us, and as leaders we have to be careful, because if we have limiting beliefs on what's possible for us, somebody on our team will show up. They will want to do things, they might want to be creative, and because you have limiting beliefs, because you have a certain perception, you take that as an attack. You take that as that person is trying to get my job. How many of you have had that? You have a boss and you're trying to give a suggestion, and they're threatened, and they think that you're trying to get your job, right? They think you're trying to get their job, yes. you have a friend and maybe the friend is saying the same thing, or this person wants my job. It's a limiting belief. It's a belief that is rooted in fear. It's a belief that is not true. It is about the person. It is about you are that person who is telling you that story. It isn't about the other person. And so this is one of the reasons why I went into mindset work, because it's really deep and it's really important, and it really liberates you if you are willing to change, if you want to change, if you want to go, if you want more for yourself, if you want to leave a legacy. You keep hearing me talk about leaving a legacy because, and I've said this 1,000 times and I'll say it 1,000 times more, that you don't have to be famous, you don't have to be popular, you don't have to have a Grammy, win a Grammy, you don't have to have a record label. I don't know what's happening with my words this evening. Label to make an impact. You don't have to have all those things to make an impact. You can make an impact, and especially as a leader, you have the ability to impact people's lives because you are in a position of authority, you are in a position of power. And wouldn't it be so wonderful if you can just change and become the best version of yourself, not just for you, not just for your, the people in your personal life, but for the people that you lead, right? And this is what my mission is. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to accomplish. I want to help people, but I want to show them that they can make a difference in the lives of the people that they lead, right? Wouldn't that be fantastic, that at the end of where you're working, or at the end of the day when you're going home for the day, or at the end of the week, you just feel really good that you made a difference in the lives of someone? That's a really good feeling. I know that when people come up to me and they tell me how much my videos have helped them, or they say thank you for some advice I gave them, or it's my coaching clients, or just when I am in my 9 to 5 and I am training, I'm conducting a training, and people like, wow, I really like this. I know it warms my heart. It makes all the difference. It's like every single negative thing that has happened in that week just disappears, right? And I want that for you. I want to be that person for you. And so this is the reason why I am focusing on mindset, because it's a powerful thing, our mind. And so change includes mindset work. I know I went off on a tangent, and it's about working on yourself. Change also includes reframing, right? Reframing your relationship with failure. Is it failure or is it feedback? I want to ask you that question, and I want you to take that question whenever you feel like you failed, whenever you feel like you've made a mistake. If you take nothing from this interaction, take this. Whenever you make a mistake, whenever you think that you've failed, is it failure or is it feedback? Isn't it feedback on what not to do or what does not work? Change includes a reframe, because as a leader you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you cannot, I've made mistakes, and you cannot stay stuck. You cannot stay stuck, otherwise you're not going to grow. Change also involves being disciplined. I often tell people, by the time that you learn about someone popular, right? Somebody popular, think about your favorite artist, whether or actor, or whomever, your favorite whomever, right? Or somebody you look up to, maybe it's a mentor. And we have a tendency to idolize these people, right? And I'm not bashing. We have a tendency to think that the people that we look up to, they are flawless, right? They are flawless. They're not flawless. They just have been doing what they've been doing. They just have been disciplined. They just have been working on themselves for a very, very long time. And so by the time you see them, by the time that you're aware of them, they seem popular, they seem famous, they're out there. They have been working on themselves for a very long time. But change involves discipline. And it involves doing those things that help your success, such as learning and unlearning. And a lot of being in management, a lot of being an adult is unlearning things that are not helpful for us, and unlearning things that are going to hinder us, unlearning things that does not work, unlearning programmings that we things that people have said to us that have taken root inside our hearts and minds that are now showing up and impacting the way we lead, or the way we show up as a peer, right? Or as a co-worker, or as an employee, or as a boss, right? And so change involves learning and unlearning. And it's really about stepping outside your comfort zone. Stepping outside, taking a risk, stepping outside that comfort, and going to a space where we are taking a risk, right? We're taking a risk because we're daring to be different. We're daring to grow. And that's risky. It's not a risk like there's a bear outside, or a wild animal, or something is there to hurt us, but our mind perceives it that way, right? And we have to be willing to look those things in the eye and just do it anyway. That's where the quote comes from, where it says, feel the fear and do it anyway, right? And again, this is why I am focusing on mindset. This is why I'm focusing on mindset, and I hope you stick around and take this journey with me, right? So I can share with you what I'm learning, and as I teach, so that you can be a better human. You can show up as a better boss, a better leader, better employee, a better colleague, a better peer, right? That's what I'm here for. And so this week, like I mentioned before, this week I will be sharing with you ways that you can grow, that I can help you grow and develop by my offerings within the People's Brand, because I know sometimes I don't talk about it a lot, about how I can help you here at the People's Brand. So this week I am going to be sharing with you ways that you can grow and develop. As a matter of fact, yesterday evening I shared 3 free resources, and I hadn't even realized that resources does not affect anything. Okay, so if you go back to my post from yesterday, you should be seeing it. If you don't see it, just send me a DM and I'll send you the links to those free resources. And that's an easy way that you can work with me for free. You can get a taste of my flair, of my style, and what I share with you. And so over the course of up to Thursday, I'm going to share with you 3 different ways that we can work together, 3 different programs that I have that will help you, and I believe that I have something for everyone at every stage of their journey. So I know that I mentioned that I work with new managers, and you may be thinking, well, I'm not a manager, or I'm not a new manager. There's still something there for you, right? And I remember when I didn't have these. I remember when I first started, I didn't really have anything to offer, any digital product to offer, any downloads to offer. I wasn't even really doing an email list, right? And now I have an email list that I share with my audience there, right? Every month, and sometimes within the month I share with them. I remember when I didn't have those things. Now imagine if I didn't take the risk. Imagine if I didn't invest in myself. Imagine if I just stopped at doing my jumpstart your career. Imagine if I just did those Saturday sessions all the time. You know, at first they were hard because it was out of my comfort zone. Not really hard, but you know, it was scary. That's the better word. It was scary because it was outside my comfort zone, but after a while it became very easy. But imagine if I just stayed in my comfort zone. I wouldn't even be here on Livestream. I wouldn't even be here on Livestream, right? And so for you to be successful, you have to change. And I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share my story with you. I want you to know that it is possible, that whatever you want is possible. That habit that you need to overcome to be a better leader, it is possible. That person that you want to be in your personal life, to be a better friend, it is possible. That goal that you want to achieve, it is possible. It is possible. Okay? It is possible. It all begins and ends in your mind. And so, thank you for listening. Let me know if you enjoyed this this little interaction. Let me know what if I said something that really resonated with you. I love when people say, oh, I listened to you last night and I love when you said X, Y, and Z. I love that because it gives me a sense of pride. It gives me a sense of joy. It helps me to know that I am on the right track and that I've taught somebody. So even if it's one thing, even if me being on live simultaneously touches one person, my job is done. My job is done for the day. I've done my deed for the day. I could go to bed all happy, right? But let me know what your favorite part of this live stream was. Let me know what resonated with you and share it out with someone who needs that inspiration, who needs that boost. And tomorrow I will be back at 6:30. I will be back at 6:30 and I will be sharing with you my very first program, my signature program that I have that you can work with me you can work with me and it's called, you know what it's called? Communicate to influence. So I want to share that with you, but I want to give you, before I share, I want to give you a story behind that. I'm going to share some things with you on how that came about, and I guarantee you're going to learn something. You're going to take away something from that. So thank you so much, and thank you. Somebody says, thank you, I enjoy the life. Thank you for reminding us that it all begins in the mind. It does. Your mind is so powerful. Our minds are so powerful. And I can't wait to share with you everything that I've learned and everything that I'm learning, because I'm still going through. But mindset is important. It will make or break you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.